Man, going over the Honeywell 5000 Pro Series thermostat. Really easy to operate and stuff like that. If you don't know how to operate it, then you're probably pretty hot or cold or something like that. So this tutorial is not how to operate the thermostat, it's how to wire the thermostat. Now here, this is all we use. It's the simplest form. We're in a retirement community here, and this is the simplest form that we can get. That's non-mercury, and it will satisfy the resident's needs. So as you see, if you press the button once while the light's on, when the light's on, you can change stuff, and this is the temperature that you want it, and this temperature inside. This is your fan auto and your fan cool. If you press this button, it goes from heat, emergency heat, off, cool. It's very simple thermostat, actually, by anybody's terms. So it's currently 75 degrees in this lovely apartment, but we're going to go over the wiring which takes place on the back of it, and you just pull that off, and it's got little clips and little nice clips and stuff. It does have a battery compartment. This is for if you don't have a common wire, and I'll go over that in just a second. But has your little pins right there, and it's easy enough to install. Just push it back on the wall. It's installed. So we're going to take this off for a second, and we're going to show you the wiring real quick. I'm just going to set that down over here. Okay. So your wiring questions may be, well, what are all the wires and where do they go? And, well, it really depends on your system, but mostly, most air conditioning units are wired the same way. There's like I can't even say most air conditionings are wired the same way, because this is conventional and heat pump, and as you can see, there's letters down here, and I'll tell you what that's for in a second. So R and RC should be jumpered for a heat pump unit, because R and RC, I'm sorry, my camera, I'm going to try to stabilize this a little bit better. I can't do it that way. There we go. Okay, so RC would be like another transformer that you need a separate power to. So you just jump those two off if you only have one transformer. Yellow usually is the compressor contactor. Common can be brown or blue. In this case, it's brown. Bet you the blue is wrapped. Yep. The blue and the black are wrapped around the wire, saying it's not being used. So that's the first and foremost thing there. So this brown wire can be common. Here we're doing heat pump here, okay? So yeah, Y for yellow, but R for red. But you can't always go by these colors, because sometimes people use the blue wire, O or B, for your orange and your blue. Orange is a reversing valve, which is only available on a heat pump to energize the reversing valve. Okay. Green is your fan, and Y1 or Y, what does it say here? Aux is your heat. So if you have a heat pump, the way you want to wire this, maybe if your system is wired this way. I mean, if you're taking off an old thermostat, take a picture of it and know where it's going, because every thermostat that I know of has R, Y, C, O, or B, G, aux, E, E, O, whatever. But in a heat pump, this is what you want. These 6 wires are critical. This is your power. This is your contactor. This turns on the unit, in this case on the roof. This is the negative wire, kind of, to your thing. So it's getting power from your common and your positive there. Why? I mean, O or B, orange or blue, is what we kind of refer that to. But orange or blue goes to the reversing valve. This goes to the fan. And this goes to your heat. So this one turns on your heating coil. This one turns on your fan. This one does your reversing valve. And there's actually a universal code, but nobody uses it. But if it's energizing heating, if your certain systems have energizing and heating, they would use a blue wire. I don't know why. I would think you use blue, as cold and orange or whatever. But I think that's the way it goes. But anyway, orange or blue. Brown, common. It could be blue also, or black. And blue and black are actually in the back of that. So they've used that as the common wire. Y, again, is your contactor. Turns the unit on the roof. Sends 24 volts through this wire to a contactor. And it will energize your unit, and your unit will run. Red is your positive wire. That's it. That's pretty much it. Now, if you didn't have a common, what you would do, let me come over here. If you didn't have a common, it was a five-wire system or something like that, you would put batteries in this remote, in this thermostat, and you push it on the wall. But since we have power, and stuff, yeah. See? Cool on, when it's blinking like that, that means the power's been lost to the thermostat, so it's going to give it a 5-minute delay. That I know how to get rid of, but it's not recommended. Push the arrow button and push this together. You'll get this menu. You're going to go over to 15, option 15, 5-minute delay. Take it down to 0. This is not recommended because it could blow your compressor. You at least want 3 minutes or something like that on your compressor. But as you can see, it just fired right up, and it's going to go into the cool mode. Again, pressing these two together, I think the unit will shut off, and it did. One is a compressor type. Let's see, compressor type or something like that. 2, I can't remember. This is selecting if it's electronic or gas furnace. It's in the manual, and you have to follow a manual to do this programming thing. If you mess around with this programming thing and you screw up your unit, it's not going to be my fault, okay? I'm just telling you what these are for. 8, really never even used it. 9 is 3 for most compressor types, it says. 12 is 0. Okay, 12. Oh, snap. Hold on. I know what 12 is. Oh, 12 is. I'll hold this down. There we go. Okay, so 12 is. This is kind of important. If your unit is energizing heat or cool, I think is what that is. I can't remember. 15, yet again, we're going to put it back to 5 and done. And as you see, it blinks, lets the compressor cool off or whatever. You don't really need to be accessing that menu. You can screw up some stuff if you don't have the installation manual or the service manual for this. Don't be messing around with that menu. It will screw up some stuff, and you won't have that much of an option but to call out somebody or Google the menu for this. That's what I would recommend, is Google it and put it to the things. But there's a lot of technical devices and terminology that they use in there. But It's Jeff the Maintenance Man. That's how you wire a Honeywell Pro 5000. Any questions, comments, please subscribe. And you guys are awesome. Thank you. And I'll try to post more videos on anything that y'all ask for in the comment section. So